Woodward Sports, let's go!
Woodward Sports Network, let's go!
And away we go. Good morning to you. I cannot believe it's already Wednesday. I woke up thinking it was Tuesday, but nope, here we are, midweek. Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, and to my right...
What it do is Corey.
And to my left...
It is Joey. Good morning.
I thought you were going to do the what it do.
I couldn't copy him on that one.
And, of course, we got Art on producer cam today. Adham is here. Fish is here. We got a big show planned today. Dave Burkett, Lions beat writer for the Detroit Free Press, is going to check in with us and kind of give us a pulse on what's going on with the Lions. Joey, you got your big news coming up. Adam's got his parlay of the day. And just a ton of other sports news that is dripping through right now that we got to discuss. Things like Mark Cuban not playing the national anthem. We're going to get into that. But first, I got to give a shout-out to everybody that's watching us on Facebook Live right now. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Whitney. Hi, Kendra. Hi, Greg. Hi, Anthony, and everybody else watching. We see you, and thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for spreading the word. And we got to say what's up to everybody on YouTube right now. And, of course, Twitter. And for the first time on the Morning Woodward Show, we are also live on our Instagram.
IG Live.
So, hi, everybody on IG Live. We can see you. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you can hear us and everything sounds good. We're fiddling with this, trying to figure it out, and it's going to be fun. We're on 4 platforms now, and the app is coming soon. So, be careful. Yeah, I know. That app is going to change the game, Corey. It's going to change the game. You ready to do this, Joey?
Yes, sir.
It is now time for Joey's News. Let's get into Joey's News.
Let's go!
Yeah, so the Detroit Red Wings, I thought we were going to pull it off. We did not yet again. We ended up 1 goal short against the Florida Panthers, and now that makes us the second worst team in the NFL. But we're not the worst.
NHL.
Yep. We're the worst in both leagues. Michigan State beat Penn State by 2. That one went down to the wire. I was watching that game.
They won a game?
Yeah, 2 in a row.
Whoa.
2 in a row,
Oh,
baby.
yeah.
It's almost Izzo time.
I wouldn't go that far. Let's see if they make the tournament this year.
Wait till Saturday.
So I got an update on the Super Bowl streaker because this whole story has kind of been so interesting. So I come to find out yesterday that he did an interview, and it was like a radio show interview, and he started talking about why he did this. And he said that he saw a prop bet that there would be a streaker during the Super Bowl game. So he took matters into his own hands. It was plus 750 on this bet.
Yeah, but still, I mean, no bookie's going to pay this out. Like, I don't think that's possible. That's like, say, I just don't see any reputable bookie paying this out because the guy, you know, he was a part of the scam.
Yeah, but what does that mean? I mean, the whole bet is if it happens or if it doesn't.
I get that, but it's a whole different ballgame when you're the guy doing it.
So did he cash out yet or no?
See, is this true even?
He did the
I've
interview.
heard different rumors. I've heard that he had multiple bets with multiple people that totaled to like $300,000. Then I also heard that he did have a bet with he bet on himself to be at the streaker. And I also heard he did it to promote a porn company.
Yes.
So which one was it?
All of the above.
All of the above.
Yeah,
All right.
so he did an interview and he was talking about this. So he saw this prop bet, and then that kind of gave him the idea in his head, like, all right, let me do this. So he hired one of his boys to kind of be the guy that would mess with the security so then he could actually get past them and run straight on the field. He told all of his boys about this prop bet, so they all started betting on this as well. And he said that he cashed out $370,000 on this.
I don't believe it. I honestly don't believe it. And if I was him, I'd be like, shh, because I don't want to claim. I don't want to claim that money.
That's exactly it.
I'd be like, no, I lost money. I got arrested. I had to pay $1,000 to get out of jail. Yeah.
There's a word right here that needs to be used for a situation like this. It's called discretion. Just you don't have to. I mean, I know I'm on social media a lot, but you don't have to let everybody know everything. I would have kept that one close to the chest if it's true.
Right.
Listen, if the Gorilla Glue person is out here with the blue check mark on Instagram, he's just trying to get one too. So that's a little update on that. We'll follow up on that story too. And then there was a little bit of an ass whooping at Little Caesars Arena yesterday. The Detroit Pistons beating the Brooklyn Nets 122-111.
Yeah.
This game, Jeremy Grant showing that he is definitely all-star worthy. Career high again, tying it 32 points. Back-to-back games with 32.
This shot that Jeremy Grant hit when he's floating to his left, shooting back over to his right, and nailing it, that was an amazing shot. Art's going to play that right now for everybody to see. And then also
Jeremy
shortly
Grant
after
with
that,
15 in the
I mean,
first.
that Kyrie face got to be, it's got to be a new
second,
one,
and
right?
he does.
I mean, it's my new profile picture on Facebook.
I saw that. Corey,
Is it really? Yeah.
Really?
Corey immediately switched it. Art, you have that video too. Can you throw that one up?
Listen,
it's just Kyrie sitting there with like the saddest face. Like that should replace crying Jordan.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I mean, Kyrie, he does it to himself, and then he didn't help him. He didn't do himself any favors with the post-game interview. We're looking very average. I mean, I don't care. You're still Kyrie Irving. You have James Harden.
Right.
I'm not trying to diss the home team, but let's be real. The Pistons are last place. You mean to tell me that Kyrie Irving and James Harden cannot rise to the occasion? Hey, if y'all looking at, but the thing is, I'll say this: the Pistons have showed up against all the big names.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
We can't against the scrubs, but against the big names, we do it up.
I just love, like, Kyrie looks like every disappointed parent ever, just staring at their kid doing dumb stuff. Like, I've seen that look before in my parents' eyes while they looked at me.
I should have listened to Fish because he picking the Nets totally messed up my parlay.
Yeah, Fish, I should have listened to you too, man. I'm sorry. Fish came
me
through
too.
with his bets yesterday, and he said, take the Pistons plus the points. And I did not, and it did screw up my parlay because I got the other 4 parts of it right. I got the
Sorry.
over, I got the
Everything
Jazz
else right.
winning,
That was
I got
the
the
one
Pelicans winning, but no.
We're going to talk later on in this show, coming up soon, about how somebody lost Art and I a lot of money. You can guess who it is, but we're going to talk about that later on. But one thing we were all proud of is seeing Jeremy Grant out there shooting 58%.
Yeah, he looks good.
And then the bench on top of that dropping 37 points. So there was a lot to just be proud of in this game.
Yeah, it's a good game by the Pistons.
Yep. So there's your Woodward Sports update, and I just wanted to give a little shout out and a little thank you too to Bridge Street Exchange in downtown Fenton, because they are just saving my life, because I don't like going to the mall and shopping around, and I really don't like online shopping. It's all about supporting our local businesses. And at Bridge Street Exchange, they got all of the coolest attire. They got barware, they got Carhartt gear, they got Detroit Grooming Company, which I love so much. So go check them out. And online right now, bridgestreetexchange.com. If you use WSN, 15% off of your order.
Nice. So, I don't normally like to start off the show bitching about things, right?
Oh, snap.
And normally I don't really send you guys stuff that pisses me off. It's just like, all right, we'll talk about it. And I saw something yesterday, and listen, obviously cheerleading is not like the biggest factor in sports, but it is a big factor in sports. I mean, when the Lions didn't have cheerleaders for the longest time, it sucked. Like, we were one of the only teams in the league. We'd always have like high school cheerleaders out there on the field, and it would just look so weird. And then you see the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders just like making
Killing
money. You got the Laker girls doing their thing. Finally, the Lions have cheerleaders, which is great. I love the Lions cheerleaders. They do add an element to the game. But the Washington football team, they're thinking about doing away with all of their cheerleaders, which isn't awful, right, if you just say that. But the reason why is what is just annoying as hell to me. Do you guys know why they want to get rid of the cheerleaders?
I don't, but I mean, when you look at this team, they don't have a football name to their team. So I guess cheerleaders aren't important in that city either. But
Yeah,
why?
the decision to pause the cheerleading program comes from the Washington football team and owner Dan Snyder are caught up in a number of different investigations of sexual misconduct.
Ooh.
So yeah, because so many people like sexually harass these girls and like put them in awkward situations. Apparently Dan Snyder tried to finesse a threesome out of one of them. And the solution is, all right, we'll just get rid of them. Like, that's how we solve this.
That's a cop-out.
We don't stop harassing them. We just get rid of the whole fucking program.
You know what? I'm gonna have so many thoughts all over the place on this one, because it's just once again the NFL showing they don't give a damn about women.
Yeah,
it's really
not
what it
only
is.
that, like, what is wrong with the Washington football team? Like, you can't even get your name right, and your solution to harassing women is just get rid of the women. Like, not like, no, let's address ourselves as men. Not like, let's look in the mirror and handle this amongst us. No. We want to rebrand what cheerleaders are because Dan Schneider can't keep his dick in his pants.
So is there anything that's happening to him in regards to this?
no.
Well, at least 40 women have come forward in the past year. 40 women accusing current and former employees of sexual harassment and misconduct, some of which involve Snyder directly. The Washington football team reportedly paid $1.6 million to settle a sexual misconduct complaint against him in 2009.
Damn.
So not only is this going on now, this happened 12 years ago, and they just wrote a check for $1.6 million, some hush money for the girls.
I think a big problem with this too is like by them, it kind of almost undo all of the kind of goodwill they've tried to bring to their organization by finally getting rid of the Redskins name, by hiring a black team president and GM and the female and the coach. It's like all of the goodwill they tried been doing lately has kind of just been to cover this up because this has been going on for a minute.
Oh, yeah, since 2009, that's when they paid out. In 2004, Schneider was alleged that he tried to persuade one of the cheerleaders into sleeping with her friend. Like, and Art's flashing up pictures of all these cheerleaders. Beautiful women. Great. Awesome. Keep your dick in your pants, Schneider. It's really not that hard. And like, I don't have a daughter, but I swear to God, if that was my daughter and Dan Schneider is shutting down the program because he can't stop sexually harassing people, I would be going nuts on this dude.
I just don't get it. It's not that hard to keep your hands to yourself, and especially in the workplace. I mean, like, you're gonna coerce women? I don't get it.
Yeah, and the cop-out, too, of COVID, and they're trying to hide behind that. Like, here's the team president, Jason Wright. Here's what he said. The offseason gives us an opportunity to rethink the status quo. Over the last year, we've created an enhanced online fan experience we've seen now effective with our new media partners and how modern approach has been engaging with fans that can't be at the games. The time is right to re-image our entire game day experience. So they're trying to blame it on COVID, too. Like, oh, well, you know, we did all right online without people seeing cheerleaders in real life. So, you know what? They're just hiding this.
It's pretty much what all the owners do. I mean, it's been coming out more and more that these guys have skeletons in their closet, and they do, instead of just doing the right thing and addressing the problem, they either run away and hide or they just try to cover up.
And what's crazy, too, is I remember over the summer, even before the season, there was something that came out with Dan Snyder saying that he sex trafficked his cheerleaders towards season ticket holders. And it was a rumor, but it's like you look at something like this before the entire season, doesn't that give them time to investigate? And I feel like just Washington's been getting screwed. Like, just this whole entire organization is just going downhill that the guy needs to sell this team and move on.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Ron Rivera, they would have no redeeming quality.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
honestly, if it wasn't for Ron and his cancer
really
battle,
it.
like, I would, because I was rooting for this team, but now it's like, Jesus, man, this stuff's going on. We got Jeremy Bryant in the comments saying Snyder is a wild boy. He's been hanging out with Rob Kraft too much. And I could see those two hopping on a PJ going to Florida. Fremont Jackson, what up, Fremont? He's going to get an all-male cheerleading team. You think maybe that's the solution?
That's the way you punish.
It's just awful. And when I saw that, and the reason why they were getting rid of their cheerleaders is for that, not because, you know, like the Lions didn't have them because they thought it was taking away from a family atmosphere. That was the reason the Lions didn't have cheerleaders for so long. And then they finally got over that and realized cheerleaders are part of the culture of football.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's literally cheerleaders and marching band go along with football teams.
Yeah, and I will say this, though. The Lions really don't deserve them right now.
The cheerleaders?
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
When they came back, though, I was so excited.
They don't deserve them.
I loved when they were the unofficial cheerleaders and like someone just bought a row of seats and they'd all dress up and go sit in the row. You remember that?
That was like almost like with the Pistons too. They didn't have cheerleaders. They would call it automotion.
Automotion, baby. We love automotion.
I have
got the
love
calendar at
relationship
home
with them.
Oh, I have a love relationship with Automotion. So shout out to Automotion, all the dancers on there. You ladies are fantastic. We love you. And hopefully the Pistons don't get rid of you because we just, you know, we can't tolerate ourselves around women. But I just wanted to touch on that this morning. And like I said, I don't like to start the show off with negative energy, and I don't like to start the show off with bitching about things. But when I was reading this article and it was like, oh, they're getting rid of the cheerleaders? Why? Oh, it's because they can't stop touching them or trying to get them into threesomes. It's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's just so embarrassing because you look at, especially when you mention like the cool story that they had with their coach, everything that they have been through, and then all the bullshit that this organization got to deal with too from a fan standpoint.
Right.
It's just, man, it's too much.
It is too much, but so we'll see how that plays out. 40 women have come forward against the Washington football team. That is a lot. That's telling, I guess. And if we don't see any cheerleaders out there for Washington, we know why now. So, yeah. Let's take a quick break just to break up this energy and break up this topic. 15 seconds. We'll be right back. And you know what? Let's bring some good energy in this. I know we got something else planned to talk about later, but let's go talk about Joey's big tipping coming up next. All right, I can take a deep breath now, man. And
move on from that topic.
Yeah, I know. You know what really grinds my gears?
but like you think about all the cheerleaders, and I'm sure, as bad as this sounds, I'm sure that this happens a lot for cheerleaders because they're beautiful women, and I'm sure that there's just pig of men that are just.
I mean, we're men, we're dogs, we get it, but we got to contain
certain
ourselves.
Point.
Like,
Oh yeah, you just got to. It's a time and a place for everything, not harassment.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
Right.
Let's get into some good energy. Let's put some happiness into your Wednesday. Joey's been going around the city trying to help out workers who had to take time off due to COVID, and really just we're doing what we can. We're not giving $10,000, $20,000 because we don't got $20,000 to just give out right now. But what we can do is help out the worker who is struggling just even to pay the phone bill or get groceries or get gas to get to work. And Joey, why don't you describe what you did earlier this week?
So I went to Alex's Gourmet Market in Clarkston, and I have received a message, a couple messages from people telling me about this couple named Jordan that works at Alex's that has just been through a lot, and they are a couple that are engaged that work together, which is the coolest thing in the world right there. To some people don't like that, but to me that's cool. And they were just an amazing couple, so I walked in, and you'll see this video right now. I just went and I bought a slice of pizza, and I wanted to give them a big old tip. Hey, it's Joey from Woodward Sports at Alex's Gourmet Market in Clarkston, and Jordan has been through so much, but she's still been coming to work every day, smile on her face, car breaking down, mom is sick, and we're just here to make her happy. And she actually works with her fiance, also named Jordan. Let's go surprise them. How you doing, man? How are you? Not bad. You guys got like just pizza slices? Yeah, let me just get a pepperoni, please. Yeah, that corner one right there is perfect. How's your day going?
Going pretty good.
Awesome. What's your name?
Jordan.
Jordan. What's your name?
I'm Jordan too.
Wait, what? How long you guys been working here?
Since we opened.
For real? How do you guys know each other?
That's my fiance.
That's your fiance? You guys work together?
Person one day.
Come on. So you guys work together and you guys are engaged. This is amazing. Do I pay for that here?
You're gonna pay for it up front.
Oh, okay. Can I leave a tip with you guys at least?
Yeah, we usually don't accept tips. You don't have to tip us.
Just for you. Listen, just for you guys. You guys have been awesome. Seriously.
Oh,
That's for you guys. So I'm Joey from Woodward Sports, and I've heard about you guys, and I know you've been through a lot recently, and everybody here's told me about you, and I just wanted to come by and help you out a little bit.
thank you so much.
Listen, man, for real, you guys are. I just messed that one up. For real, you guys. I know the car, everything. I know all about you guys. I know all about you guys. Can't tell you that part. It's a secret, but listen, I mean, right now with restaurants opening up and the world even opening up, with what you guys do, you need a little help. You know, there's nothing wrong with that.
Thank you so much.
So we appreciate you guys, all right?
Thank you so much for having us out.
Of course. How crazy is that, by the way? A couple that are engaged to each other with the same name, Jordan.
That'd be weird.
It's so weird because they're going to be Jordan and the same last name.
I've thought about that too because, you know, my real name's Sam.
Yeah.
And obviously a lot of girls go by Sam. I often wondered, like, if I ever married a girl named Sam and I had a kid named Sam, like, all three of us just rolling around being called Sam. Kind of weird.
Was that something for you growing up where you were like, I can't date a Sam?
No, I've dated Sams, but
Yeah.
it's really weird.
What about a Clarence? You ever date a Clarence?
I have never dated a Clarence, and don't ever use my government name again.
That actually happened to one of my friends. Him and his wife had the same last name.
That's crazy.
That is. So later on today, I'm going to go and I'm going to surprise at one of our favorite places, too.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't want to give it away, but
Can't give it away
I know
yet.
where you're going, and
Yes.
I do love that place. And, you know, the COVID's affected so many people, and we just want to help out the little guy if we can. So thank you, Joey, for going to do that. It's got to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's the thing, too. I know it's only $100. It doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're buying a slice of pizza, or the other day when I just buy a pop, soda, however you call it,
Right.
and you give a tip like that, it's more so just the appreciation. It's just recognizing that you really appreciate their hard work, especially right now where people are always in bad moods. Just we got to spread some positivity.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to talk about that immediately. I mean, we had something else on the board, but I wanted to talk about that immediately after my little temper tantrum this morning about the stupid Washington football team. So moving on topics, and first we got to give a shout out to Levels Provisioning Center. It's opening up soon in Ferndale, and they're taking everything, and no pun intended, to the next level. Like, you've been to dispensaries in the area. Sometimes you walk in, the people aren't friendly, stuff's all over the place, you don't know exactly what kind of product you're getting. These guys take care of all that. It's top-notch everything. Great product, great service, very clean, very friendly, and I cannot wait for them to open at 9 Mile in Hilton in Ferndale. We'll be a part of that grand opening, so make sure you look out for them at Enjoy Levels on Instagram. If you're watching on Instagram Live right now, slide over and give them a follow real quick. So this wasn't in our prep because it just kind of happened overnight, but it's something I want to touch on. Mark Cuban has decided to no longer play the national anthem before Dallas home games.
And it's been throughout this entire season.
Yeah, I didn't notice it until
Yeah.
obviously it was brought to my attention because I don't go to many Dallas home games. But Corey, you agree with this?
Yeah, I agree with it for numerous reasons. For one, if you do the research on the history of the Star Spangled Banner, it has a racist passage in there, and it's removed. That's why we don't recite it, but it was in there.
So it's removed from it now.
It's removed from it now. So just off the history of that, and more people are starting to discovering it. That is one reason to remove it, because if it's offensive to one party, so it should you should take that into account. Like with the Redskins name, where it was demeaning to them, but other people are like, well, it celebrates the history, it's honoring them. But if one Native American found it offensive, then for me, that's good enough. So
That's a tough standard in 2021. If one person's offended, throw it away.
I mean, it's so easy to get to that one person, though.
I mean, hey, it is for me. It is what it is. But at the same time, even just outside of the racist part of it, I think with everything that is going on, with the whole kneeling, not saluting flags or whatnot, just removing that type of, like, how can I say it? Just removing that whole conversation, like, you know what, we're just not gonna just play. We're just gonna go ahead and just go right to the game. Hey, I'm for it. I'm for whether you stand, kneel, whatever. I'm for whatever. It's just that if Mark Cuban has a tendency to listen to his players, and if they all are in accordance with it and agree with it, then hey, why not?
I mean, I got to disagree with you on all of it because to me, it's similar to what Washington's doing with their cheerleaders. It's a problem that they don't know how to solve and don't know how to address, so they're just, okay, well, we'll just eliminate it. It's like, no, put your fucking big boy pants on. Respect the national anthem that has provided you with so much, what this country does, all the freedoms it does. Are we perfect? I'll never suggest that, and I'll never say that, like, this country has done right all the way through. But to just get rid of something because it offends you and something that's been a part of sports culture and sports history for so long. Just because a couple of people don't like it, I think
it's more than a couple of people. I think it's more than a
out.
couple of people. If there's a racist passage in it and it's just removed,
It's not in it though. Anymore.
I mean, it's not in it anymore.
Right.
But
so they addressed that. They knew that was wrong. Society addressed it. They said that's wrong. Let's get rid of that.
That's not enough because it was a racist. It's removed, but it was still there. So how can you, in good faith, still recite something that had a racist passage in it?
Because I don't recite it with the racist passage.
But it was still there.
So
it was still
all
there.
these companies like Aunt Jemima and all these that have racial
Jemima.
Jemima, whatever.
I just think saying a couple of people is to me that's a trash take. It's more than a couple of people. It's a race of people.
So every black person hates the national anthem. That's what
I'm not saying every black person hates the
it's
national.
a race of people.
I mean, if it's the meaning to a race of people and you're just removing it, that's not a Band-Aid. That's you got to get rid of it.
It's just so confusing to me because, I look back on history and I look at, like how proud there have been African-American men to wear the flag, to stand at the podium with their fist up, celebrating, their blackness, their culture, their history, while representing America as well. And, it's always interesting, like we just passed Martin Luther King Day, and you look back on all of Martin Luther King's rallies and stuff like that, there were American flags present. Like, that wasn't a symbol of hate back then, and for some reason, over the past 5 years, it's evolved into that, and we want to address things like we want to look at everything as a symbol of hate, when to me, it will always be a symbol of unity and trying to form a perfect nation, not saying we are perfect, saying let's get there together, and if we can't all hop under one umbrella, how are we ever going to be unified?
I mean, I understand what you're saying, that it is used to unify, but I mean, I don't. There are other anthems you can use. You can use "God Bless America." There are other.
God offends people.
Yeah,
I mean,
everything offends people right now, and that's kind of my point. Like Whitney Houston, most beautiful national anthem of all time. She's out there in her red, white, and blue. Do you really think she's up there thinking this is bad for black people?
Well, for me, it's just the bottom line thing. If your players do not want to stand for it, and you're cool with that, that should be it. Especially if it's in the bylaws that they don't have to play that, then hey, do with it. I mean, if I'm an owner of the team, or now they say governor of the team, I want to make sure that my team has a environment that is just no BS, no drama, no confusion. And the thing is, Mark Cuban has a history of doing right by his players, which is why so many athletes want to play for the Mavericks.
Yeah, I like Mark Cuban.
So, I mean, like I said, anybody who stands for the national anthem, they kneel, they salute it. Everybody has their own reason. But if he wants to support his players who have a strong opinion against it, then by all means, he's following the bylaws. Go ahead and do it.
When you take away history from something just to cater towards a few of your players,
it's not a few of his players.
It is a few of the players. It's not everybody. You can't stand up and say everybody.
Are you in the Mavericks locker room?
I'm not.
Are you?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, nobody knows if it's all or none.
Exactly. We're all speculating. So I'm pretty sure that he would not have just done this if he did not consult his players. It's not in Mark Cuban's track record.
100% agree with that. But what's easier to do with something like this is they addressed that there was some racism. I'm going to be honest, I don't even know about all the past
It's not some racism. It's racism general.
But the racism in the national anthem that you're referring to.
Yeah.
When they take that away, that's where you say, okay, I really appreciate that you did that and respect the true meaning behind it. Not this cancel culture of, oh, there's something this and I want to just cancel it and be done and move forward. That's not how we do this.
That's not a cancel culture by just removing a passage. It's a Band-Aid. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think whenever you address a wrong and make it right, that's progress. Art?
I think what Corey's referring to is during those times, correct me if I'm wrong, we were still a very much divided nation, and there was still slavery going on, and there was still, the white man rules all.
Yeah.
So I think that outdated song, although I understand the reference of, we're America, we're the greatest country ever, it was recorded and made during times of slavery and civil unrest. So it's like, I get where Corey's coming from. I also see where you're coming from, though, Stick, because it's like it represents our nation sticking together, but at the same time, it's a song that was created during slavery times. Like, can't we create a new rendition, have like Adele do it or something, make it really sad?
Yeah, okay. I mean, we could create a new one, but in 100 years from now, people are going to bitch and cry about something else. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't just keep running from this problem and kicking the can down the road. At some point, like, I just don't know. I don't know what Mark Cuban's angle is. Is it just to appease his players? Cool. Is it to get more people to want to play for Dallas? Okay. I don't understand just eliminating it and not addressing it. And I'm with you. Stan, kneel, do whatever you want, because I'm gonna have an opinion about what you do, no matter what you do. But I think you're free to do whatever the hell you want. I'm
just saying the song was written by a slave owner. So what are we doing here?
I mean,
I'm just saying. How can you, in good faith? I'm not going to say what I do for the flag or not. I'm just saying this in good faith. If your players know that the song was written by a slave owner and just taking out that racist passage, that's putting a Band-Aid on the problem. That is not addressing it. That's BS. So if they do not want to stand for the flag, they don't have to. If people want to stand for the flag, cool, by all means. But it's just, we can't just say that by removing a passage that we're fixing the problem. That's not fixing the problem. So you think
we just gotta cancel the whole song, get rid of it, never to be heard again? Like that's where I lose it, because you're just throwing away history for no reason.
No. I'm not saying throw away the whole song. It's whoever wants to stand or kneel for the song, if they want to play it, by all means do it.
I can't anymore as a Dallas fan.
But in their bylaws, if they have if they can exercise their right to not play that song, and it's a decision made by everybody in the organization, by all means, go ahead and do it.
Do you think this is a decision he makes if there's still fans in the stands? Because Dallas, Texas is America country, America country. And, there's people that serve, there's people that flag and that national anthem, people die for that, it means something to people too. Just as much as it means that to you, that's why it means something great to other people. So
that's why I said that if it's really an organization thing, like it means something different to other people. It really does. So I understand that. That's why I said it should be a decision made upon whoever the organization is. If that's a decision that they all come to, by all means, cool.
I wonder how long he's going to do this for. Like, do you think this is just for this year? Do you think it's just for the moment? Well, because if it is like you're saying, because of a racist passage that was in it, like that means he should never play it again.
And from what I've been reading about it, that is not going to be returning anytime soon. It's not going to be returning once everything returns to normal. So it's like I don't think that every team is going to do it. That would be interesting if they did, but I don't think every team is going to do it. But if they have the bylaws where their players feel that strongly about it, and it's going to create a more unity, and also the fact that he's just doing the right thing. We don't know if he would have did this or not, if they were fans or not. You never know, but because I don't want to sit up here and try to see what's inside somebody's heart. But I will say that I've seen Mark Cuban do things more progressive than other owners. Instead of just being reactive, Mark Cuban has always been proactive. So that's why I support it.
Isn't it weird that we play the national anthem before every sporting event? Am I the only one that thinks that that's weird? Like,
I don't think it's weird.
I look at it like, and Mads had suggested we play America the Beautiful, and I mean that's a good song, but at the same time I completely see where Corey's coming from, because it was written by a slave owner. Like, the song's outdated. The representation of it now is freedom and the troops and bring them home, and I get that, but you know what? Play that towards your demographic then. Play that at an NASCAR event.
Fish, you got something to say? Hold on. Fish has been holding up his hand for a while. Be careful around those cords, Fish.
Don't knock us off the internet.
No, I will. We're good. So, Stick, I think you touched on it. Hello, everyone. Dallas does have fans.
Okay. How many?
Probably 4,000 to 5,000.
Okay.
But they do have fans.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting because of the demographic in Dallas, and their affinity for the red, white, and blue. It's not only the American flag. We got to take a quick break. We got Dave Burkett on the line, Detroit Free Press writer. Corey, we can get into this later too and keep talking about it.
I don't want to hold it on too long. I just think that at the bottom line, are you paying to go see the Star Spangled Banner? Or are you paying to go see some people hoop?
I mean, but are we really going to do that? Because if it's like, oh, I'm paying you to entertain me, like, isn't that also an insult to these players? Don't they feel like modern-day slaves when you say that?
I mean, you know what?
This is what I'm saying. I can do this all day with this.
I actually think that argument is stupid. being modern day slaves because you're getting paid money to entertain. That's your job. We're paying to watch you entertain. So I don't think that aspect is stupid.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, but some people find it offensive. So do you get rid of it all? Like, that's where I'm saying it's just tough to find that balance of consciousness and also not caving to the pressure. You know?
Yeah, it's a slippery slope. I just think that sometimes when the minority brings about that they're offended by something, the majority is kind of like, wait. It's this, it's that.
Right.
It's always moving the needle.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back with Dave Burkett, Detroit Lions beat writer for the Detroit Free Press.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show. Thank you to everybody watching right now on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and of course, IG Live. Hi, everybody on IG this morning. We appreciate you. The Woodward Sports app is coming soon, within a couple weeks, so make sure you save some space in your phone. That's what I used to have to do with my old phone when I wanted to download an app. I have to delete an old one, but now I got some good memory on my new one. We got a guest this morning. Dave Burkett, he is the beat writer for the Detroit Free Press. He has a good pulse on what's going on with the Lions. Yesterday, we played the Lions hype video, and I think we all got hype in here for that. And just the Dan Campbell era is underway. As soon as the Super Bowl was over, it's officially Detroit Lions Super Bowl season. And Dave, if you don't mind, turn your phone sideways so we can get the full view of that beautiful face of yours.
I was looking for Dave in the hype video for the Lions because he deserves a spot, man. This guy works day and night, just giving us with all this amazing content. We appreciate it.
Yeah, and Dave, obviously, the first thing I want to talk to you about is you wrote an article about Charles Davis, and the big thing is for the Lions always our draft picks, and that's kind of our Super Bowl around here in Detroit. Charles Davis said the Lions should not be targeting a quarterback at number 7. Can you go a little bit more in depth on that?
Yeah, first of all, sorry I'm live from my car here. I forgot we were doing video. I just dropped the kids off at school. I thought I could, do this on the drive home. But, hey, make do. Look, Charles Davis said, they draft Jared Goff, and they, he thinks that Goff will be the starter and they have other holes to fill. And I totally agree with all of that. But I don't think, Jared Goff's addition takes the Lions out of a quarterback at 7. That's not to say the Lions are going to draft a quarterback at 7. But I think – they still need a long-term solution at the position, and they don't need the guy to start this year. So if they, for instance, see a guy like a Trey Lance who very raw, very much needs a year or two of seasoning, and they think that guy has immense talent and can be the quarterback of the future, why not take him at 7 and get your rebuild started that way? So I don't think the Lions are going to be very competitive this year. I think Las Vegas agrees with me. I think most people out there probably agree with that. So certainly it makes sense to bolster your defense or your receiving core or add a premium talent at another position, but I wouldn't overlook quarterback at number 7 still.
Dave, that's great that you mentioned that because that's actually one to ask you. I believe it was you that reported that Dan Campbell prefers a mobile quarterback. So if Trey Lance does fall to number 7, do you see the Lions passing on him with all the intangibles that he has?
Look, I don't know. I mean, I can't I don't know enough about exactly who the Lions like or, for that matter, have a great feel of Trey Lance as a prospect yet. Still, it's been a pretty busy month, so I'm just sort of diving into the draft guys now. But you're right. Dan Campbell said that he prefers a mobile quarterback in today's day and age. And, yeah, I may have mentioned this with you guys the other week too. You think about what he said when he came to town, and he was talking about Drew Brees and being that alpha, that leader. When he walked in, there was no doubt about who the leader was, right? Like, that's the quarterback that he was around as a player and for, a whole lot of his coaching career, at least when they had success. So to me, those are two traits that I would look for in whoever the long-term quarterback is going to be. And I don't know that Jared Goff has either of those traits, so I don't, Matthew Stafford obviously wasn't the most mobile quarterback either. So that's why I say I don't think the Lions are set at the quarterback position.
With the recent news of Antoine Randall L. Expected to join the Lions organization, what's the talk been like about how many former NFL players would be joining the Lions organization? Because it's been amazing to me seeing just former player, former star, one after another joining our team.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, certainly some of these guys don't have a ton of coaching experience. That doesn't mean they're not good coaches, but Mark Brunell has never coached in the NFL before. Antoine Randall L. has never had a position before. Kelvin Shepard, same thing. This is his first NFL job. But players they appreciate, I think, the background of a guy who played in the league, and I think there is some merit to how that guy understands the position that he's teaching. Now, that's not to say that guys that haven't played in the league can't be good coaches, because teaching is at the bottom of it, and connecting with guys is the second most important thing. And so those guys come from all walks of life. As Dan told me the other week, he did not set out to hire a staff of all ex-players. It just sort of worked out that way. But I do think there are some good things to having some ex-players on staff.
Hey, Dave, to piggyback off of Joy with their wide receivers, Kenny Golladay is the only wide receiver that is pretty much expected to return to the Lions of their restricted free agents. Where do you think the Lions will go to help go for some weapons at the wideout position?
Yeah, look, Golladay is an interesting discussion for me as to whether to bring him back, to pay him, to franchise him, what you do. Right now I lean towards the Lions franchising him and keeping him around, because you need some weapons for Jared Goff. You need some weapons in that passing game on offense. And you can still trade him mid-season and recoup a draft pick. And I just don't know, based on who the Lions will lose in free agency this year, who they may look to sign. I don't know that they would, how deep they will go into the compensatory pick game. If they're going to make some additions, which they're going to need to at several positions. So, there might be. Again, the Lions, they probably have these numbers worked out, and whether letting Kenny Golladay go is going to net them a third-round pick in 2022, and we all know they're stacking up these draft picks for the future. So I think there is some merit to letting him go, if you're the Lions, depending on how you're building. But I also think he's a good enough player that you probably want to have him around. And then outside of that, I've looked at it before. I've said this before. I think, you go back to 2010, when Jim Schwartz was sort of trying to build the program, and the guys they signed, their big free agents that year were Kyle Vanden Bosch, Nate Burleson, not like the most elite players at the position, but really good locker room guys, guys that would contribute, veterans, they knew the staff. Those are the type of guys that I would look at the Lions to add at whatever position, wide receiver included. Familiar names, people that they know what they're bringing to the locker room outside of just, what they do on the field, and guys that can, help foster this rebuild along.
So you mentioned the rebuild, and we've heard a lot about the coaches coming in, and I haven't seen a huge reaction from the Lions players. Have you been able to talk to any of the players and just kind of pick up how they're feeling about the momentum of the Lions right now? I mean, that hype video yesterday, that got us pumped up, had to get the players pumped up.
Well, I think a lot of players are in a holding pattern because they don't know what's going to happen with them. There's 20 free agents to start with, including, some pretty prominent names. You mentioned Golladay and Marvin Jones and, Romeo Okwara, their sack leader. So those guys certainly have business decisions to make. And then the change of scheme and the change of coaches, who knows what that means for some of the other guys. So I think there's a lot of, people, just talking about the assistants, it's the same for Dan Campbell. He's a guy that I think people will want to play for, but you also need to see the wins on the field for that to carry over. And there are some people out there who are wondering exactly what their future is and waiting these next 5 or 6 weeks to see how that sorts out with the Lions.
So to add to that, all of these coaching changes got me on the edge of my seat, because it's like, all right, we got this coach, we got this coach, we got this coach. When are we going to actually expect to see these players and the coaches making decisions with the players that we have on this team?
Well, the offseason, the way the NFL offseason is going to be, they're probably not going to get their hands on them in person for a while still. Just like you think about last offseason where there was no in-person learning, teaching, in the spring. I think, normally Dan Campbell would have a mini camp in April before the draft. They would have a full offseason, OTAs, and then they'd have a mandatory mini camp in June. And I would think there's going to be some sort of, just judging by Roger Goodell's comments last week, that there's going to be a rookie program of sorts where maybe the rookies come in, but with the pandemic still raging, I think you're probably not going to see a lot of the veterans be required to be in the building. Now, guys will be in town, and certainly there will be some interaction, but I think you will see this offseason look similar to last offseason in a number of ways.
Hey, I want to talk about free agency real quick. Now, before he won a Super Bowl ring with Tom Brady, of course, Ndamukong Suh said that Jared Goff was the best QB that he's ever played with. He's also expressed his love for the city in the past couple of weeks as well. Do you think that now that Suh has his ring, that there will be any chance that he, finishes his career with the Lions?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, look, I would just guess no. I mean, not having talked to Ndamukong or anyone really about that. I mean, at the stage of his career that he's at, Ndamukong has, he said his wife is pregnant with twins. He's probably, his Hall of Fame case, Carlos Menarez, my colleague, and I talked about this the other day, right? Like, he was a really good player in Detroit for those 5 years, and he got a number of All-Pro selections and played some really good football. But, the cherry on top for him is being a Hall of Famer. And how do you do that? You're probably not putting up huge stats at this stage of your career, but if you stack a couple championships together, I think maybe there's, your case gets a little stronger. And so I think that's important to him. So I tend to think that players at that age, at that stage of their career, Marvin Jones, another example, a couple years younger, but sort of the same boat, those guys want to win. And I don't know why you would come to Detroit and be part of a rebuild unless you have some really personal ties. And to that point, Ndamukong Suh is on record as saying he liked Dan Campbell. So, maybe there is some lure there, but I would just lean towards no if I'm guessing off the top of my head.
We're talking to Dave Burkett, the beat writer for the Detroit Free Press and Detroit Lions. Last time we talked to you was before the Stafford trade. Obviously, the trade went through, and we've heard other offers that the Lions may have received, like from Carolina, the 8th, Teddy Bridgewater, and an additional late-round pick. Do you think, or have you heard from the organization that they didn't value this year's picks as much as they do down the road because of the lack of combine and because of the lack of being able to recruit these guys and actually do research on them? Or have you heard that didn't play a factor at all?
No, I think it was just about they thought this was the best option for them because more than just, what's available in the draft this year, some of the uncertainty is, the fact that this is going to be a 2 or 3 year rebuild. I think that's the biggest thing. Now, I actually take a different view on the draft. I mean, Brad Holmes is, he's the college scouting director of the Rams, right? And so he should know these guys better than most GMs in the league. I mean, that was his job for the last, year was to get, down to the nitty gritty with who these prospects are. And I realize there's uncertainty, and I realize right now, it looks like some positions, defensive tackle, cornerback, there's maybe some light positions out there, and quarterback, a couple of the other ones could be strong, and all that stuff is still subject to change. But, I wouldn't be scared of having extra picks this year because I think if you really know your guys and, you're confident in the work that you did leading up to it, even if you didn't get as much in-person evaluation, your sources inside buildings across colleges are strong enough that should help you, build and put together a roster.
Well, that's awesome, man. As always, thank you for your insight. I love being able to talk to you because you have kind of a pulse on the team that not a lot of people get to have, and especially right now during COVID when nobody's allowed near the team, but you still get to hear little trinkets from players and coaches like that. So we just want to say thank you for coming on the Woodward Sports Network and contributing and just being a part of the Detroit Lions fabric. Thank you.
Yeah, you got it, guys. Next time it'll be from my office, too, instead of sitting in my car. So.
Hey, we respect the dad duties, man.
Yeah, man. You got to put in that work. You're on that grind
I take
always.
To school every day, and, like I said, I was just running into the store. I figured I'd call you, and I was like, oh, no, we got to do some video. So, hey, sitting in the car is all good, too. So.
What store are you at? You getting some groceries? What are you doing?
Yeah, that's all I was doing. I was just running to get some apples, a little bit of some ground turkey, something to make dinner tonight. So,
good choice.
Like you said, pulling some dad duties, so.
Dave eating clean, man. He's eating
Right.
clean.
Trying to get that six-pack ready.
And I just had pizza last night.
Well, thank you,
and that's
Dave
for Pizza
Burkett.
Day. You're allowed to. That's right.
Thank you, Dave Burkett. Like I said, beat writer for the Detroit Lions for the Detroit Free Press. It's always a pleasure to have you on, and enjoy the rest of your day. Get your shopping done. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Adam will be in here to discuss his parlay of the day. That's going to be a new feature every day right here on the Morning Woodward Show. You're watching it live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, and the app is coming soon.
Hey, it's Joey from Woodward Sports, and I am here in downtown Fenton at Bridge Street Exchange. This place has so many amazing things for guys and ladies. This is the hidden spot that you got to come check out. I'm talking thorough good boots, best boots ever. They have barware. They got the Stormy Cromer hats. They got Carhartt hats, a huge Carhartt selection. They even got Snoop Dogg underwear. So go check them out, bridgestreetexchange.com, and use the code word WSN for 15% off.
Well, here he comes, the man, the myth, the legend. It's the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network. Welcome, Adam. Yeah, how are we going to do this? Let's...
So he did show up. I'm surprised he showed up to work today.
So I had a parlay yesterday, and the Pistons blew my parlay. And if I would have listened to Fish, maybe I could have won some money. But Adam, you have become like the resident guru around here.
I've become the resident guru, but people shit on me in the building here.
Like, you're horrible.
You don't
You're the
have
worst
to
guru.
listen to me. I don't give people bets I don't put my money on. It's not like I'm giving you bullshit. The same bet that Joey lost last night, I lost.
No.
Fuck the Nets and fuck the Pistons for winning.
No, don't fuck the Pistons.
Hell
for
no.
winning. So,
I never bet against the Pistons, and I listen to this dumbass. Okay. You know what? Hey, Art, throw away my dumbass of the day. I'm giving it to Adam today. Lost me a whole $5.
Wow,
guys.
sorry.
So every day Adam's going to come on because every day there's sports, and it doesn't always have to be the big four. Adam's been betting on...
I've become the degenerate gambler of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, just the company in general.
Fish is number one. You're number two.
A lot of man hours
taught
has
Fish
gone
very well.
into MyBookie around here, and if you're not online and you wanna gamble, MyBookie is the place to go. Not only you can bet on everything from pretty much around the world, they also have prop bets, and they will match your first deposit up to 50%, up to $1,000. So you put in $1,000, you get $500 back. All you gotta do to get that free money is enter promo code Woodward, and it doesn't have to be $1,000. Like I put in $200 and I got $100 free money.
Yeah, guys, you don't have to put your whole life savings into this. This is so fun. It's so simple. Literally, you can, $5 a day. Just have some fun. Add some interest to the games you're watching at home. It's super, super easy.
And that's the thing with Adam's bets is you're only putting $5, but you got potential to win like $1,500 because you're parlaying the hell out of it.
Yeah,
Screw that. Don't listen to Adam. $5.
Don't listen to Joey.
Listen, normally on
I turned
Wednesdays we do
$7
Detroit
into
Dog Rescue.
$200
They're not here
the
today
other
because
day.
we got some studio renovations going on.
Oh my goodness.
$5 donation can feed a dog for a full week. That's where I'm putting my money
But you
towards.
turn that $5 into $1,500.
Now you feed 100 more.
Yeah, you feed 100 more dogs. So Adam, what games are you looking for today on your
Joey.
parlay?
Well, today I'm going strictly basketball. It's kind of a slow day around hockey and all the other sports. So I'm going to go with the over in the Atlanta Hawks-Dallas Mavericks game.
Okay.
The
So I'm
over is
going under.
232.5. I think
Luka
it'll go
and
over.
Trey, man. Luka
Yeah.
and Trey.
I think it's going to be a shootout. I've got the Nets in a money line. I think they bounce back and beat the Pacers tonight.
I cannot believe the Nets have lost 3 games in a row. Like, I thought last night for sure they were going to smoke us. Fish even stood up here and was like, take the Pistons plus the points. And I was like, I don't know. They're going to get smoked. And up by 20 in the
Fish
first
was proud
quarter.
of me. I bet on tennis yesterday.
You bet on tennis?
I did.
Did you bet on Serena?
I did. I bet on her to win the first set.
She whooped that ass.
Oh yeah. I don't know much about tennis, but I nailed all my picks except one. I got 12 out of 13 picks on my parlay, right?
So what else is in your parlay for today?
For today, after the Nets, we got the under for the New Orleans Pelicans and the Chicago Bulls game. It's 230.5. I think it'll go under. I don't see them scoring. Bulls are kind of stingy. So I don't trust them scoring. Pelicans, I expect them to win this pretty easily, but I don't care who wins. I'm going for the under in the points.
Okay.
Next game, it's going to be the Nuggets. I'm taking them straight up to win. Yeah.
Straight up?
Nuggets against the Cavaliers. I mean,
Jokic has
I
the
hope
best.
the Cavaliers don't pull the Pistons on me today because I
Jokic
got a
has the
lot of
best
money on this
nickname.
one.
Jokic has the best nickname ever. Have you know what they call him? The dad bod god.
Oh, really?
Like, that's what I want. Like,
I like
that's some life goals right there.
I like that a lot. And the last one, actually, I only did a 5-team parlay because I'm putting significant money on this one. So I got the Bucks straight up to win as well.
Okay.
And I put $100 on this bet.
So-
Pays out $11.80.
So run down your
Yep,
5-team parlay, and then tell us what the payout would be. And if
Yep.
everybody, if you want to hop on my bookie, throw down $5. Adam could win you some money today.
Yep. So don't put out 100. Put 5. Don't listen to my
Now
amount.
he's back in his.
But,
Okay.
But I'm taking the over for the Atlanta Hawks and Dallas Mavericks game. I'm taking the Nets to win straight up. I've got the under in the Pelicans Chicago Bulls game. The Nuggets to win straight up against the Cavaliers. Andre Drummond's a bitch. Let's not forget that.
And a hairy back.
And a hairy back. And then we got the Bucks beating the Phoenix Suns. I think that's going to be a tough game, but I think the Bucks will pull it out. And I've got 100 on it, and it wins $1,180.
So $100 wins you $1,100. So
Yep.
if I put $10, I'm winning
180, roughly.
That's not bad at all. I'm putting $10 on that. I'll You know what? For the first time ever, because I haven't hopped on any of your parlays, I kind of go and do my own thing, and I'm doing okay. I'm not
There's
doing
a lot
as well
of
as you.
pressure on me at work. I'm trying to work, and people are walking in my office asking me what the parlays are for the day. And then I have to sit there and give Broadwell, Tom, Joey, hell, even Art sometimes.
Hey, don't
Art
you
just
worry.
walks up to me. He won't even talk to me. He'll just give me his phone. Adam, do something. It's free money.
So what's over and under on the Pelicans game?
230.5.
230.5. Just to show how smart this guy is. The Pelicans yesterday put up 130 points. So you're going to listen to this guy.
Yeah.
They're playing the Bulls.
Yeah, but
It's a two-team effort. It's not one team.
No.
it's a combined score. It's not just
I
the Pelicans putting
know.
up 230.
I know, but this guy keeps coming up saying
keep
this
winning.
bullshit every single. Keep winning what?
The Pistons covered the over last night, and it was 230.
Winning
my
what?
goodness. Oh
I
my
feel like
goodness.
he's that gambler that's become such a degenerate that he's lying about his winnings now.
I screenshot them every day, and
What
I show
about
you
your
guys.
losing? Screenshot those.
I will. I lose
So
a
look,
lot.
he
But
said
as much
over
as I
on the
lose, I
Hawks,
also
I'm
win.
taking the under. He said Nets win straight, I'm taking they lose. Under on the Pelicans, I'm going over. Nuggets money line, I'm taking the Cavs. Andre Drummond's hairy back, he's a bitch, whatever you said. I'm taking him. And then the Bucks beating the Saints, I'm taking the opposite. Sun's gonna whoop that ass.
Oh my goodness.
Adam,
Guys, don't listen to me.
I'm gonna do this bet too with my $5 to recoup my money.
Yeah, put that money on there.
Okay.
Adam, what is your winning percentage right now?
It's about a little over 60%.
And that's winning you
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
That's where you need to be.
I've finessed all these online betting platforms.
That's like
since
me
I've joined.
saying that I didn't ride the bench throughout my whole high school career.
No, it's not true. I can
There's
show-
no
I can-
evidence,
here,
but I
I'm
can
gonna
lie
log
and
in.
say I started, I
I'm just gonna
balled out, I
log
dropped
in.
50 points a game.
I'm just gonna log in. I'm just gonna give you my phone, and you
So
can go through it.
if ever you guys want gambling advice and stuff like that, we have a room that we're all in all day sharing our parlays and all that. It's called Best Bet Michigan. You can search it right now on Facebook and join it. We got like 300 people in there, and there's one dude that's in there that's putting on bets every single, and he's hitting every single day.
Who's this?
It's his player prop bet
Yeah,
of the day.
Manny. Shout out to Manny. He's put, like, I don't even follow the bets and what to do, but if I see his picks, I put a little change in there. He's the man. Like, shout out to Manny and Best Bets.
Yeah, so Best Bets Michigan. Search that on Facebook. Join the group, and there's some great insight on there. I put my parlay up last night, and obviously I didn't win, but still, I'm in the game, baby. I'm in the game.
Here's my thing. I don't get how people listen to other people for advice on bets.
Why?
And listen,
Says
I
the
won't-
guy who's literally
Asking
takes
everybody.
advice from me every day. Like, look, I'm not number one. You don't blame the person you're asking for advice. All right. If you ask me what I think is gonna happen in a game, I'm gonna tell you what I think, and not only what I think, what I'm putting my money on. Number one.
Table
Number
hit
two,
incoming.
if I end up being wrong, which is a good chance, just like everybody else, if I am wrong,
No, 40%
that's your
according
fucking
to your
fault for
stats.
listening.
Table hit.
Be responsible, goddammit.
Hit the table, Adam. Just roll tide. Yeah!
Fucking hell.
I love how he says be responsible, this and that. I'm not joking. Yesterday, walks into my office. I got my bookie on my computer. He literally goes and scrolls, starts hitting all of these selections for me.
Says you're
puts
good.
$5, submits.
$5.
Yes, that's a lot of money there that you owe me.
That's a lot of Reese's peanut butter cups.
It's a lot of money.
Well, thank you, Adam. Adam, you're going to be coming on pretty much every day about 8:50,
Yeah, I'll
8:55
try.
with your parlay of the day. We'll have a nice graphic built up so people can follow along and watch at home and gamble with you, man. And we're all in this together now.
Oh, yeah.
If everybody's throwing $5 in and we're all watching the game at night, you just know it's a community effort watching the Pistons. Like, come on!
Listen. Results may vary. All right. I'm just gonna tell you guys now.
Put a disclaimer at the bottom of the screen.
But there's a lot of happy people outside of Joey in this building with what I've been giving them.
Yo,
okay?
you screwed me on my picks.
There
too.
we
I'm
go.
not
Art's
gonna lie.
talking shit.
But I will say
you
it was
cost me
free money.
$500 on Frankie Edgar.
I
Shut
didn't lose
up.
you anything. You made
put
that stupid
$5
decision
bets.
yourself.
I'm fucking putting my whole goddamn bank account on shit because of you.
This just shows
Mr.
how
MMA.
This just shows how knowledgeable Adam is. Because Adam, can you walk us through your Super Bowl winnings on how you bet on the Chiefs?
I did. So, well, first of all, before the Super Bowl, I was up $1,200 on BetMGM and MyBookie. So I decided to take the $1,200 and put it on the Chiefs and a couple parlays. Long story short, I lost all of it, and I'm already up since the Super Bowl $300. So
what was your
I'm
source?
doing just fine.
What was your source to betting $800 on the Chiefs?
Do we have to go there though?
What was your
He's
source?
not even in the building yet for me to give him shit
Nope,
for
not
it?
that. What was the source? The animal. Who was your source?
All right, guys, listen. I'm not a superstitious person, but one of my favorite people in the building, Justin, decided to come up to me and tell me, hey, there's this magical dolphin that always picks the Super Bowl right. So whatever. I'm like, fuck it. You know, I was already going to bet the Chiefs. So I'm like,
bet with the Dolphins.
So I was already going to put money on the Chiefs because I had put money on Tom Brady all season.
Oh, my God.
I was like, fuck it. I'm going to go with the Chiefs on this one.
Wait a second. You made a bet based on a
Can I
fucking
finish?
dolphin?
Can I finish?
On a dolphin.
So
Why
listen,
am I following his picks at all?
A magical dolphin.
Listen, here's where shit got real. All right. So
dolphin
Justin tells
spoke
me
to me
this
in the middle of
dolphin.
the night.
Justin tells me this dolphin has never missed. So then he walks away. I already put my money on the Chiefs. I'm feeling confident. He walks in like 5 minutes later with the video to show me that this dolphin's legit, even though I was already gonna put money on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So the dolphin, I'm watching the video of the dolphin, and then out of nowhere, the lady says, this dolphin hasn't made all the picks correctly, but it's gotten it, 50, 60% of the time. And I look at Justin, I'm like, you said it was all the time. What are you doing?
This magical dolphin.
Yeah.
Man.
So
anyways.
Adam's source for these picks
Listen,
are freaking
I don't care.
dolphins.
Listen.
All right, guys.
I'm not
we
here
got your
hurting.
parlay out of you.
All right?
Joey, quit roasting him. He's got
No.
a 60% winning percentage.
No.
He's the most knowledgeable gambler we
No,
have
he
here.
is not.
Then why are you taking advice from him?
I took it 2 times. The
He
first
was
time,
forced.
Right.
First
You
time
was not
I
forced.
won. Second
Joey
time I
always
was
asks
forced.
me, hey, what do we got going on today?
No.
What do we got going on
All right.
today? What's the big game today?
All right, we're going to move on. Let's take a quick break.
my
We'll be right
goodness.
back with Joey's news, and we got some other interesting we're going to talk about how Vegas did during the Super
I can
Bowl
afford
coming
to
up.
listen to a dolphin.
Listen,
guys.
before this break, can I borrow your dog Woodward and see which he walks up to?
No, that actually gave me a good idea. We got to start using Woody to pick games. And while Woody's being mentioned, can we give a shout out to Art yesterday for running to my house and letting him out when I was
you
stuck
really?
in a meeting all day?
Can I say what you offered me for the exchange
Reese's
for
Cups?
taking your dog out?
Weed.
Or should we leave that hush?
You go ahead.
So Stick was like, I gotta go into this meeting. I was like, I'll let your dog out. So I drive over there. He's like, hey, grab the blunt off the table. It's yours. You can have it. I was like, that's the best form of payment ever. I didn't take it because it's in his house. That's kind of weird. But it was an honor to meet Woodward and take him out. So.
Yeah, and he sent me a great picture of him, and I put it up on
You know how weird it is being in someone else's house though? Like, hey, I'm letting your dog out. Like I'm watching him poop. It was kind of weird. I don't know.
It's a lot nicer than coming home to a dog that pooped in your house. So I appreciate what you did for me yesterday.
You got it, brother.
Let's take a 10, 15-second break. We'll be right back with Joey's news.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
Hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
With the ass whooping in Little Caesars Arena yesterday, you'd think that I'd be so happy because the Pistons came on top, but nope, you just heard me about losing my $5. But the Pistons did give the Nets an ass whooping, 122 to 111. And just to run through some of the stats, Jeremy Grant, another 32-point game, shooting 58% in that game, and then off the bench, 37 points. That was a spectacular performance by the Pistons. So proud of them on that game.
Well, before you move on to the next game, can we please play Kyrie Irving's face again? Like, I just want this. Can you just keep that up through all of Joey's news? Go ahead, Joey.
It is the new Jordan face, as Stick says.
The disappointed parent face.
The Detroit Red Wings, unfortunately, fell short 1 goal against the Panthers. And that is a tough one because the Red Wings are not looking good this season. And we did anticipate this coming into the season, but I feel like they look good, look decent in these games that I feel like we just got to come on top some of these games.
They got 32 shots on goal last night, which at least the offense is being active.
Right. We just need some more power plays out of this. The Michigan State Spartans beating Penn State. Corey, the Spartans got a W, 1-2 yesterday.
Hell froze over. That's just it.
It was a great game, and maybe the State Spartans could make it
overrated.
to the tournament.
Izzo's overrated.
Maybe.
Who's overrated?
Izzo.
Oh, man. I can't believe you say that.
Hey, he's spitting the fact, maybe. So a quick update on the Super Bowl streaker. This has been one that's been leading to so much conversations here because we don't know what to believe anymore, but he did come out the other day and said that he saw a prop bet, which started this whole thing. He saw a prop bet that it was plus 750 if there would be a streaker on the field during the Super Bowl. So he ended up taking matters into his own hands and ended up being the streaker, and he won $370,000 on this bet.
I'd streak for 300. I'd streak for like $3,000.
We're going streaking.
Let's do it.
So that is your Woodward Sports update for you this morning, and I just wanted to give a little shout out to my boy Dr. Yeldo at the Yeldo Eye Center because, you know, like these streakers, you get to see it in clarity. If I was at that game, you could put me at the top of the stands, and I still would have been able to see it in great high definition. All thanks to my boy Dr. Yeldo. Not that I want to see that in HD, but if you're looking or thinking about getting LASIK, this is the first step. Just call to get your free evaluation right now at 1-800-398-EYES, or you could go to YeldoEyeCenter.com. It's a free evaluation. Go there, get to know your doc, because Dr. Yeldo is the best.
Yeah, we love Dr. Yeldo, and thank you for changing my life, Dr. Yeldo. So baseball. I can't believe we're closing in on opening day. I missed opening day last year, and Detroit needs an opening day this year. We were discussing where we're going to be at for the parties, and I was like, man, we may not even be able to be at a party, but I'm keeping the faith. Hopefully by April, we'll be able to take over downtown Detroit. But baseball, they're sticking to some of the rules that they changed last year. And baseball needs to do a lot of work, especially cultivating their young end. It's a very slow game. And some of the rules that they're keeping from last year is they're going to play 162 games this year, which they didn't do last year. That is a lot of games.
That's a lot of games.
That is a lot of games. But it's traditionally what they've done. The thing that they're going to try to do is do double headers with 2 7-inning games on a day.
Interesting.
Which I don't
know if I like that.
Listen, if you're going to revamp baseball, just rip the Band-Aid off and totally change all the rules. Don't just do this, we're going to cut off 2 innings. And what that does, honestly, for all the record books and all the pitchers and the closers and how long you're going to use your starting pitcher just totally changes.
Yeah, that has to affect the strategy moving forward. I don't know if I like that.
See, that's the thing with stats, because you mentioned the stat books. 2021 and 2020 will always have a little asterisk next to it. So that's what I don't like, because, I mean, if you just lessen the amount of games, that makes more sense to me, because when you change it, think about basketball. There's players that sit out to rest. So what do? Switch it to 3 quarters instead of 4?
That's essentially what they're doing. They're taking time off the game.
And truthfully, for me personally, I think they should just lessen the innings entirely moving forward. Because 9 innings to me is just way too much baseball, because these games drag on so long. But that is just a personal opinion. But you can't just lessen the game. Just take away a few games in the season.
I would go with taking away a few games before lessening the innings. I like that. I like the whole 9 inning, 7 inning stretch, the whole feel of it. Just cut back on some of the games, because 162 games is just insane. I've always said that.
I'm just thinking about these 7-inning games and thinking back to my favorite pitcher of all time is Nolan Ryan. How many complete games would Nolan Ryan have if all he had to do was pitch 7? Like, it's just so much easier for these starting pitchers to get through that. When I was in high school, I went to St. Mary's. Joey went to Brother Rice. We played in the Catholic League, and the Catholic League had a 3-ball, 2-strike rule. So, as soon as you stepped to the plate, you were at a 1-and-1 count already. And they thought that would speed up the game, and it really didn't. It just put you in a weird position as a batter because my strategy was always to take the first pitch. Good, bad, and different. I always take the first pitch. And if you do that when you're already 1-1, you're down 1-2, and it totally changes your approach at the plate. So I thought it changed the game way too much. And another thing that the Major League Baseball is doing is they're going to, in extra innings, if the game's tied, they're going to start with somebody on second. So somebody starts out in scoring position.
Come on.
I don't mind that one so much.
Really?
I don't mind it, but I don't love it either, but it'll definitely prevent these 19, 18-inning games that we've seen in the past.
Yeah, I mean, it is weak. It's like going from the NFL style overtimes to like the college style overtimes or the way they used to do it. And it's like, to me, that's changing up the game.
So what would you guys change then? Because
Listen,
you're not liking
games.
Just cut back some of the games.
That's it?
Just don't make them play so many damn games. That's it.
Yeah.
Keep the guts the same. Just scale back a little bit. They don't need to play that many damn games.
Yeah, put some more, because what it would do is it would put more value on the games that they actually do play. It's like, we lost 1 of 162. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But 7 innings changes the entire game because not only the stats, just like the game, they've been playing 9-inning ball games for such a long time that you can't just all of a sudden change that. And then you look at like the no-hitters and perfect games. I mean, it's going to be so much not easier. I mean, it's still 7 innings, but that's completely changing up the entire stat line to it. When you just say a few less games, it's still the same ball game, so you can still at least look at those statistics and evaluate them.
The fact they have that many double headers is a problem.
Yeah. I feel like baseball is going to turn into remember Rock and Jock baseball on MTV? Like, baseball is going to become so hokey to try to save the sport instead of just keeping it natural and as, quote unquote, America's pastime. I just feel this going the way of boxing now. It's gonna be now pitching Jake Paul, just out of nowhere they're gonna do all these gimmicks. They may have a spot on the field where if you hit it you get 2 runs instead of 1 home run, because
that'd be dope.
I would hate all of that,
right?
But that just seems to be where they're going with baseball, because they're just trying to save this sport. And they had to take last year off. If they take this year off, it's really gonna hurt baseball, because I know you don't have many friends that like baseball. I know Ant does.
Oh no, I'm actually, out of my group of friends, I'm probably the one that doesn't like baseball as much. Yeah, they love it.
Because I'm a big baseball fan, but I just feel like the sport, I can see it going away.
I'll say this much: I don't hate baseball, but if we had to I had to choose a sport to watch, that would be the fourth.
The fourth one, okay.
Because because it would go basketball, football, hockey. Actually, a couple other sports than baseball. But I think it's because of how the reason baseball is looking so hokey right now is they do a bad job of branding and opening up their game. It's like NFL has done a great job of globalizing their game. NFL is they print money. And MLB is it's boring.
I mean, baseball has done a good job globalizing their game, I think. It's just now it's to the point where no Americans really play baseball anymore. And that's really what is struggling in this country is, you go to the Dominican Republic, baseball is God. It is king. You go anywhere in South America, baseball is next up to soccer and stuff like that. You go to Japan, they love baseball. So baseball has done a good job around the world. It's just not doing a good job cultivating their product here.
Think about how many people have the option between baseball and football, and they end up taking the football route. That's just kind of what America has become.
Yep.
Because they say it's America's greatest pastime, but all these players are taking the decision to go play football instead.
Right.
Well, I will say this, and it was something that actually Tigers general manager Al Avila touched on when I asked him about it. He said that they're basically with some of the initiatives that they're doing, like working with the Players Alliance, the Players Alliance, they're trying to get more inclusive in the inner city and opening up its reach and getting to the youth more. They said that it's a true lack in that area. So I think once they start doing that and making the game more interesting for kids. Later on, maybe not immediately, but later on down the line, they'll be able to save the sport.
No, you got to revamp it. And, honestly, when I lived in Detroit, I lived at the Jeffersonian, which is right there by Belle Isle, right off Jefferson. And I lived there in like 2003, 2004, and 2005. And I noticed they had ballparks, but they were never being used, ever being used. So I put together a package for the city because, I was familiar with Commerce Little League and I umpired for many years out there. And I tried to take this to the city to start a Little League program, and they would not hear it. It was not going to happen. Like, the parents can't afford it. They're not going to be able to get the coaches. They can't get the league organized. And it broke my heart because there's tremendous athletes in Detroit. Tremendous. And if they just picked up a bat and a ball, they could be the greatest baseball player of all time. We'll just never know because they don't get that opportunity. And that's why I tip my cap to Detroit Pals so much, because they do such a tremendous job getting the inner city kids involved in that sport. And my God, I would love to play on that Pal field. Like,
it is beautiful.
It is a dream come true. Like, I was able to step on Tiger Stadium field at one point in my life, and like, just the memories I have from being there, watching Frank Thomas hit home runs, watching Cecil Fielder, Mickey Tettleton, like all those guys when I was a kid. And now that same flagpole is still in center field. The Pal kids are out there. That field is active. There's life there. Mickey Mantle stood in those batting boxes, and they're still the same batting boxes. It's just amazing to me, the history on that corner of Michigan and Trumbull, and I'm so happy for Pal.
Yeah, especially when you see what they do for the community. Like, that is just one of the greatest things in the world, and hats off to all of them for their hard work.
Yeah, we got to give a shout out to growgreenmi.com. They got dank deals going on, and the dank deals just rotate. Like, every week they're coming out with something awesome. This week you can get your soil for extremely cheap. They have some great products on sale, and all you got to do is go to growgreenmi.com, or you can head to their store. It's out in Whitmore Lake, and you go out there, you say hi to them, let them know that Woodward Sports sent you, and they're going to hook you up with a badass t-shirt. It's pretty... It's not just a t-shirt that says Grow Green on it. Like they actually have a cool design and stuff like that. And even if you call them and mention Woodward Sports, just let them know that you heard from us, because they're local. They're trying to support local. We're trying to support them back. So make sure you keep all your money in Michigan. Plus, they do that $50 flat rate shipping to anywhere in Michigan. So make sure that you go to Grow Green MI today for all your grow room needs. Las Vegas. You ever been to Vegas, Corey?
No.
Ooh. Really?
I was gonna go. Last year, but my friend said this is not the time to go to Vegas. Your experience is gonna be whack. You have to go
COVID.
Yeah,
you couldn't.
She said you have to go to Vegas when it's open back up. So I'm still waiting for my Vegas cherry to get.
Oh man, then we got to make that happen. Art, you ever been to Vegas? I feel like you would be a degenerate in Vegas.
Yeah, my dad and I used to go quite a bit, and yeah, it's a fun place.
Yeah.
The way you just said that.
It's a fun place.
It's a fun place.
It makes me tired thinking about Vegas, because it's just like 7 days of drinking and other stuff. It's just crazy there.
It's like nice. The Hangover?
Yeah.
Honestly,
yeah.
It could be.
And the best place to stay is downtown. Like, forget the Strip. Like, going to downtown.
Fremont Street?
Yeah, we used to stay at the D, and it's the best
old Las Vegas
hotel ever. Yeah, I love it.
Joey, I know you've been to Vegas. You went with me.
I've been to Vegas a few times, and it's just... Vegas is a spot that you always have fun because there's so much going on. Whether you're just going for the pool, or my favorite thing to do, though, is negotiate with the hookers. I'm not joking. That is my favorite. Handle. I love negotiating just to see how low I could get them. I remember the last time I went.
No.
The last time I went,
the worst person.
Last time I went, a homegirl wanted $200 an hour, and I was like, psh, an hour for $200? I was like, what if we go like, give me the friends and family discount? She's like, all right, I give it to you for $175.
Wait, is this T-Mobile? There's a family discount for hookers?
You never know.
What
you
is
just
this,
gotta
Arkansas?
Ask. You gotta ask.
I don't want family discount and sex involved in the same sentence at all.
You never know until you ask. So I got her down to $60 for an hour. And then
that's $1 a minute. Good job, Joe.
Honestly, that's not bad. So then
really
I just pulled out the phone and I faked the phone call and I left, and she was chasing after me. I was like, oh my gosh, this is getting real.
Did the deal come with antibiotics?
Yeah, I don't know what it came with.
Well, that's good to know, Joey,
Yeah.
that they start high and you can get them down to $60. For anybody going to Vegas, just take $60 and find the hooker Joey negotiated
I'm the
with.
plug, too. Just give me a call. I'll connect you, Corey.
But Vegas won big during the Super Bowl, which I thought was kind of shocking because a lot of the big bets were placed on the Bucks. But the final numbers are out from Nevada, New Jersey, Illinois, and Pennsylvania. And Nevada casinos won $12.6 million on the Super Bowl.
$12.6 million?
Yep. $136 million was bet in Nevada in the casinos, and it was down 12% from last year, which they kind of expected because obviously the casinos aren't open, people aren't going to the books and stuff like that. Obviously, online gambling is now a thing in multiple states, so you don't have to go to Vegas. But even though it was down 12% from last year, that is the 5th most since 1991.
Damn.
So you mean to tell me a lot of people bet against the GOAT?
A lot of people bet against the GOAT.
I mean, I hate to say it, but, Americans, we're generally dumb. So, hey, not that many bright people.
Well, that's what they were saying. They said books did really well because the Bucks were upset and because of the low point total. And there weren't a lot of crazy prop bets that went through. Really, the only person to cash in on like a crazy prop bet is the Patrick Mahomes with 0 touchdowns was 15-1. And there was a guy in New Jersey who put $3,000 on it and got $45K back.
Oh, see, but no, come on, you can't say woo, because that's $3,000 he could have lost.
But it's 45 he won.
It don't matter. You risking $3,000.
I'll say this: if he had $3,000 to put up, then he all right. His pockets ain't light.
No, he's doing all right. And like the dude, was Mattress Mac that put $3.4 million on the Bucks. Like that guy's amazing.
I'd rather put $5 and get 75 back.
Like I said, I think I lucked up and I had some dumb luck. I mean, I had no business placing the bet I did. I put $15 on the Bucks to win between 21 or 25 points, and they won by 22. So I lucked up.
Oh, that's a good one right there.
Yeah, I won on my Clyde Edwards-Helaire prop bet, and that's really the only bet I won on. But, I won a little bit of money on it. But, damn, can you imagine just $45K on a $3,000 bet because Patrick Mahomes didn't throw a touchdown? But that's probably the only big prop bet that was won, and that's why Vegas really made out. I mean, 5th most money gambled in Vegas on the Super Bowl since 1991. That is awesome.
How much were you going to put? Because I know you were back and forth on this one for Patrick Mahomes not throwing a touchdown.
I was just going to put like $10 on. I would have won $150, but still, I mean, I didn't think that was a possibility, honestly. Then we move over to New Jersey. $117 million was gambled in New Jersey. So you're talking Atlantic City and stuff like that. 116% increase year over year.
Wait, so one more time. They were 117. How much was Vegas?
Vegas was 136.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That just shows with this online betting that, sadly, you don't need to go to Vegas anymore.
You don't. I mean, honestly, you don't. And, like, the sports books are changing, too, because you don't need to go to the sports book counter. You can just do everything from your phone
app,
sitting in front of any TV.
Yeah.
I can place bets right now.
Yeah, that's why we love MyBookie. It makes it so easy.
Which is crazy when you think about it, because to me, like, I always think, and I'm like, I love Vegas so much, but why? It's literally in the middle of Nevada.
Right.
Like, imagine if, like, a Miami or something, because I heard rumors of Miami eventually having the casinos where sports betting is all legal, and then that turning into the Vegas, because you at least have a beach. You at least have something to do, whereas Vegas, all you got is the casinos and nice pools.
Right. And I'm seeing Lynn in the comments saying TV ratings were down, which is true. TV ratings were down, but streaming numbers were through the roof. Like, out of control. I'm looking at this right now, averaging 5.7 million viewers per minute, up 65% from last year's Super Bowl because of streaming. So, yes, TV numbers were down, and that's kind of what we're doing here at Woodward Sports. We know people are moving away from TV, they're moving away from terrestrial radio, and everything is going to streaming. So that's why the TV ratings were down. A lot of people were just online.
I cut the cord 4 years ago.
Did you?
Me too. Me too.
I don't need it. I mean, why would I pay for like cable when I can just really just pay for my internet? And then we have phones now, so with the streaming, I could just leave my crib and then boom, I got the whole games, and everything else right at my fingertips.
And then if you want, just AirPlay it to the TV.
Yeah,
and then bam.
yeah,
No, I mean, that's the future, and that's why we're doing what we're doing here at Woodward Sports. And thank you guys for streaming us live right now on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram Live, and soon to be our app. We appreciate you, and if you just want to drop a hi or let us know where you're watching and listening, we'd love to see it, because I go through the statistics all the time on our Facebook where people are listening, and it's all over the place. Like, majority obviously here in Michigan, but Ohio, Florida, Arizona. We have people in Washington watching every day. I'm not sure whose family that is, but how you guys doing in Washington? But yeah, streaming is the future, and that's why we're here. Let's move over to Illinois. 4.6 million was bet in Illinois, or 45.6 million. I'm sorry, I misspoke. And that's up 94% from last year.
Yeah, I mean, because doesn't that just wait? So was it legal for them to do it before now?
Yeah. Some states were already legal before us. Yeah, for sure. And then you go to Pennsylvania. 53.6 million gambled in Pennsylvania. So, I mean, gambling is up across the country 267% year over year on the Super Bowl.
I know we don't have the statistic to do this for Michigan because it just became legal not even a year ago here. But I'm curious to see how much Michigan did, because I feel like this is just so dangerous but so awesome at the same time.
Yeah.
With how easy it is to bet.
I will say this, because I went to the casino to go pick up my money, because with some of the apps, if you have one of the casino apps, you can get your money at the counter.
Oh,
it's not as packed as it used to be in there for when they first started. Like when they first had like the sports book at some of these casinos, the line used to be out the door. Now, nah, it's just nobody. It's people barely in there, and also too, when you win, it's just direct deposit right to your account within a day or two.
Right?
Why?
Imagine Theaters. Are we allowed to talk about what they may be doing?
yeah, soon enough they'll be doing this.
Okay, so we can talk about it?
Yeah.
All right. So, like, Imagine Theaters, for instance, they're not going to have a gambling counter in their theaters, but what they're doing is turning a couple of their theaters into sports books. So you can just go sit in whatever app you're using. Obviously, hopefully it's MyBookie, but whatever app you're using, you can just sit there and gamble, and you're inside a sports book, essentially, without the counter. And it's brilliant. Like, that's such a brilliant use of space.
Because it's not even about the whole sports book. Because I know people commenting saying, yeah, but the vibe in Vegas is so great. Yeah, 100% it is. But all it is about is having a good space to where it's kind of like your man cave.
Right.
Where you just can go and do your thing.
Oh, and get together with other gamblers who this guy's rooting for the under, this guy's rooting for the over, and they're screaming at each other across the room, like bouncing up and down. Like, that's the excitement of the sports book. It's the people in it. It's not necessarily the counter.
Yeah. I mean, I can't really speak to Vegas because I haven't been.
We got Fish. Have you been to Vegas? Okay, we got to take Fish to Vegas. Fish and Corey's first trip to Vegas. I think that sounds like a movie.
I'm telling you right now, you guys have never seen me in my party element.
No,
this could get into some real debauchery.
Yeah, when you were talking the other day how you were blacked out and you didn't know if you were naked streaking, I'm like, that's a side of Corey I didn't know existed.
And my friend Crystal confirmed that I didn't. I just passed out. She said it was no streaking.
Okay. Crystal, you gotta lie. When you got that leverage, you gotta lie to him and carry that story and be like, I got pictures. I ain't never gonna show you, but I got pictures.
Hey, Fish, all I can say though is bring $60.
Fish will negotiate a better rate for you, I promise. Let's take a 15-second break. When we get back, we did another Coney review this week, and I liked it. I thought it was good. So we're going to do a Coney review when we come back next on the Woodward Sports Network. So every week we like to go around the Metro Detroit area because I can't even imagine how many Coneys there actually are in Metro Detroit.
How much has this made you realize, too, just driving? Like, you see Coney there, Coney there, Coney there.
Yeah, now I keep an eye out for all of them, too. Like, oh, that's one we can hit.
Yep.
So every week we hit up a new Coney in Metro Detroit and give it a rating. 1 to 313 is our grading scale. And if you got a Coney that you would like us to go to, drop it in the comments, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or IG. And hopefully we'll come out to your Coney. Joey, you want to throw it to this video and tell us what was going on?
So we went to Berkeley Coney, and this is a place that I remember growing up going to clubs with Stick. And it would always be our go-to. Anytime I would sleep over, Stick's like, we got to stop at Berkeley Coney.
That's right.
So we gave our rating, and we actually even got to see the owner in this video. So here's what we think. Berkeley Coney.
It's your wiener experts here again. We're at 12 Mile in Greenfield Stick, and I am excited. It is Joey hanging out at Berkeley Coney.
Yeah, Berkeley Coney. So every week we do a Coney review, and I'm looking at the sign, Joey. Best Coney Reader's Choice in 2006, Best Coney Reader's Choice in 2019. I'm wondering what happened in those 13 years in between. But 2019, let's see how good this Coney is. We know we're looking for the wiener snap.
It's rigged, so let's go get our own wiener snap.
Let's go, Berkeley Coney.
Nah, we're same size, same size. We have the owner here, Javelin. How are you doing?
Good.
So what is it that makes your Coney Island so special?
Well, I think so. We have great ingredients here. We buy from National everything, and National Chilies. Made in Northern Michigan, one of the best chilies around that we know.
Right on time, right?
Look at these beauties. Yes.
How long ago did you open up this restaurant?
Oh my God, 35 years ago.
So one thing that's real big with me and these Coney dogs is the wiener snap.
Yes.
The wiener snap.
It's fresh, has to be off the grill. So
Yes.
That's how it snaps.
So how is your wiener snap?
Well, you'll see. Try
You'll see. You got a good one.
Yes.
This is the owner. Let's see how it is.
Yes. Sports, let's go.
All right, Joey, so we got the hot dogs, the Coneys. You can already tell it's going to have a good snap.
It's gonna have.
You can see the sheen, the wiener sheen.
I'm gonna be honest. This is a lot of chili. They poured straight so much chili on top. I can't even see the wiener. You gotta be kidding me. What? Every single time we do the wiener cheer.
Oh, my bad.
That's messed up.
I'm hungry.
Left me hanging.
So what are you thinking, Joey?
I like it. The chili could be a little bit better, I'm gonna be honest. Obviously mustard is good mustard, the onions are really good. The way that their bread is warmed up is perfect to me. But the wiener snap is perfect. You kind of just bite right through it.
It's like a wiener pop. I like the chili. I know it's national chili, which I think a lot of the places we go to are going to have national chili.
Yeah, in this area for sure.
And it's good chili. Prefer it be homemade though. You know, you like everybody to have their own little individual taste. But I like how much chili they give you. Like
you like that?
This is a sloppy ass Coney dog.
It's like a sloppy Joe type thingy.
But it's very, very good. I like these. I've been coming getting these drunk after the club at like 2 a.m. now for years.
So you can't taste the mustard at all.
Yeah, that's a lot of chili.
It's a lot of chili.
I feel like a pig, man. You're not even using a napkin.
Look at all that. Look at.
Oh, it's 1 out of 313. Perfect score so far has gone to American.
With the 313.
With the 313.
Gotta start. That's the standard.
Last week was M1, and they got a 250. I kind of like this better than M1. It's a better hot dog.
You do?
Yeah, it's a better hot dog.
Chili to me is not as good though.
It's a better hot dog though. I'm gonna go 275. Wow. 275.
275. I'm going 243.
Ooh.
Yeah. You know the way you celebrate birthdays in Metro Detroit?
I swear to God.
Happy birthday to me.
Got something for the roadie. Nothing better on a cold Michigan day than a nice hearty Coney. And like I said, I give this one a 275. It's up there on my list. I like the lot of chili. I know you don't love the lot of chili, but I do. It was sloppy. It was good. Moist buns, good onions, good mustard, and the snap. The snap wasn't there for me. Snap wasn't there. I gave it a 243, but the service was amazing, so it's definitely a place you got to come check out. Greenfield in 12 Mile. Berkeley Coney, 275 for me, baby. Come on, where are we going to go eat next? Hey, man. I love Berkeley Coney. And I know they use national chili, which is kind of cheating.
It's cheating, but we came to realize that a lot of places actually do that, which I didn't know.
Yeah. So I love Berkeley Coney, man. Joey, do you know where we're going next week yet? I mean, we're getting tons of people letting us know. I want to do my favorite ghetto Coney, which is at John R. and 6 Mile. Have you ever been to that Coney?
Which one's that one?
It's my favorite ghetto Coney. I don't even know the name of it. I just always called it Ghetto Coney.
I'm from 6 Mile, and I just don't frequent over there that much no more.
Well, it used to be because I would host like nightclubs downtown, and then I'd take 75 north, and I always want to clear the city before I stop.
Okay, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Yep, you get off 75 if you're heading north.
Yeah.
You turn left, and it's literally right there on John R. It's a drive-through, too. That's why I liked it, 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, drive-through, get the...
Listen.
It's greasy, though. It's not it's not pretty.
Just for me, just living over in that area, I just avoid Coney's after. I just avoid Coney's at sunset.
Listen, though, we can't deny this fact. When you pull up to a Coney drive-thru and they got the bulletproof there, you know it's a damn good spot.
Yes,
you know it is.
What?
That's how you.
Joey, we have a rule of me and my friends. Me and my friends have a rule of thumb. If you pull up to a Coney and it does not look like you might lose your life there, it is not a good Coney.
So if you look behind Joey right now, there was a Brinks truck behind him. And Herman Moore, we were joking that Herman Moore was going to send your money by Brinks truck. Maybe that's your money from Herman Moore yesterday, Joey.
That'd be so awesome. I am waiting on my 50.
If Herman Moore actually sent that.
That'd be great.
I want to talk about this because this could be my favorite video that I've seen in the past 20 years.
Past 20 years.
If you guys haven't seen this video, it doesn't have a ton to do with sports, but if you want to laugh this morning, please, please, please watch this video. Obviously, with COVID, they're doing a lot of online court cases where lawyers are showing up on Zoom calls and, defendants and prosecutors and
some serious shit happening.
Yeah, this video, I watched it probably 10,000 times last night. Art, can you play that real quick? Please watch this video and try not to laugh.
Taunton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to take
we're trying to. Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I just could not stop. I just watched it again, and I can't. It's the dude's voice that makes that so. Judge.
I've got my assistant here.
I believe it's a filter, Judge. And then he reassures him, I promise it's me. I'm not a cat. Like anybody in their right mind was thinking he was actually a cat.
Do we have a follow-up to this case? Did he get out? Is he a free man?
I don't know. But another funny part about this, Art, if you want to play it one more time, look at the other guy that's not talking. Dude doesn't crack a smile. He doesn't look like, dude is gangster on this.
I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to take
we're trying to. Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
Yeah, Jerry L. Phillips, no fucks given. Like, he did not care. Nothing was going to throw that guy off of his case. So yeah, that has gone viral. I saw it last night and I sent it to everybody. I'm like, y'all got to watch this. And by the time I sent it to Art, like his wife had already shown it to him. Justin replies, I was just watching that. So if you hadn't seen that video, you're welcome. Like, of all the things that COVID has given us, some of the funny moments like that has just been hilarious to watch. And I just still can't get over the, Judge, I promise you, I'm not a cat. And if he was a cat, would they let him try the case? That's my question.
And then the eyes on top of that,
Right.
like that whole filter was just so great.
I wonder who set him up like that. Anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. I know it's a little off topic, but when something is that funny, we got to share it. Something that else happened that was funny, but also a little ignorant and sad.
It was all of the above.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. We laughed about it, but at the same time, it's like, bro.
All y'all look alike. Basically
Why y'all look alike?
That's what I got from it.
So explain what happened, Corey.
All right, so after everybody knows the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won the Super Bowl. So after the game, they were interviewing the assistant coaches, and a reporter who's been revealed, his name is Michael Donaldson, according to the New York Post. He asked the
wait, before you get this, Tampa Bay has one of the most diverse coaching staffs outside of Bruce Arians. Pretty much the whole coaching staff is either black or something else besides white, right?
Exactly.
So I just want to preface that before you continue. Go ahead.
Yeah, so they the reporter Michael Donaldson asked offensive coordinator Byron Leftwich what was their goal to shutting down Patrick Mahomes, and he said, you got the wrong guy. That was Todd.
Yeah, because Byron Leftwich is the offensive coordinator. Todd Bowles is the defensive coordinator.
So
but this guy couldn't tell him apart.
He called him Todd.
And listen, you could let them slide because of the masks, but when you're going, Todd is first off darker, and he's bald,
and he's old.
He's old.
So I just couldn't understand. Like, how do you make it? They didn't have the mask. Well, how do you make that mistake? I don't know if he was able to pull up the sound.
Going into
You
the
got
game,
the sound for that?
what
All right,
was your
let's listen to
number
this.
one goal on the defensive side to shut Mahomes down, shut that high-powered offensive down? What was your guys' number one goal going into that game?
To shut Pat Mahomes down. I think you got the wrong guy. I ain't had nothing to do
Yeah,
with that.
so didn't work out well for homeboy there.
That was just classic and ignorant.
Have you ever been caught in that situation where you've mistaken somebody else's identity? Obviously, he did it because he thought, obviously, they were the wrong people. Have you ever snuck up on somebody and thought they were your friend? And has that ever happened to you guys? No?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely has happened. I don't got a story off the top of my head, but I mean, especially with COVID, I mean, in there you don't see the masks on, but the masks thing messed me up a lot.
So I went to grade school with this kid his name was Neil Forch, right? And I believe he's passed away, so rest in peace, Neil. But I didn't go to school with him for many years, but I was at Fuddruckers in Novi. Remember Fuddruckers? Even though all of them have closed, I was at Fuddruckers in Novi, and I saw this kid. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't seen Neil in forever. I go up behind him, I like had him on the shoulders real hard, like, what up, buddy? Turn around, was not Neil.
How do you play that one off?
You just be honest, like, oh my God, I thought you were somebody that I knew and you were not. And
Did they at least favor?
Oh yeah, no, like I said, it had been 5 years and I hadn't seen him since grade school, but I literally thought it was Neil, and it was.
Then that's an honest mistake if you thought they favored. These two guys look nothing alike.
Oh no, I understand that. I'm just saying the awkwardness of mistaking somebody who you thought was your friend, and it's just like, I don't know you, and you're just like, oh.
I've done that. Like I said, I've done that more times than I'm proud to admit. Like, hey, what up? You are not him.
But what up?
One time I almost grabbed my wife's sister's ass thinking it was my wife. Have you done? Art raises his hand.
It has nothing to do with my wife, but when I was in the 3rd grade, there was a kid who was in the 5th grade, and I thought he was my buddy, and he was standing away from me, so I went up and smacked his ass just as like a funny thing. And I got bullied for the rest of middle school and high school because it wasn't that kid. Like, the kid literally would beat the crap out of me every day because he thought that I was trying to be funny in front of his friends.
So you smacked a dude on his ass?
Yeah, and it wasn't my buddy. I don't know. I was stupid.
Even if it was your buddy.
It was
It's
like
a bro thing.
Yeah,
I get
it was a bro thing. I was like, oh, I got you. And he turned around and grabbed me. And literally, for the rest of time, I got this shit beat out of me all the time because of it.
That needs to be one of our Welcome to Woodward sports videos where we're just slapping each other's ass in the hallway. Like, good
and then
show,
we turn around and drink or something.
Like, I'm so sorry.
Starring Corey Woods.
Key and Peele get slap ass.
Yeah, so my wife and her sister have very similar body types. So you've seen Christina.
Yeah. No, they really do.
They really do.
Like to stand up for him on this one.
Yeah, they are very similar. And one time, Christina was like up on a ladder, and I walked in the room, and I went like this, and I caught myself right before I made contact. I was like, "That's not Tiffany. That's not Tiffany." And oh my God, I would have been
didn't
mortified.
smack it?
I did not smack it.
That'd been better.
I came literally like this close. I was like, oh, just stopped right there.
But you know she felt the breeze from the wind of the impact.
No, she turned around. I was like, I thought you were Tiffany. I thought you were Tiffany. She's like, you didn't look up? I was like, I was just looking at your ass. I mean, no.
That's so good.
Yeah. I also got in trouble for once identifying Tiffany's sister by just her ass. Like, We were
What the hell is wrong with you, man? Why did you get in trouble for that?
Well, we were sitting at a restaurant, and like we could see just the bottom half of people walking through. and someone walks through. I go, Tiff, your sister's here. She's like, how did you know? I'm like, you guys have the same ass.
Bro, what is wrong? Honestly, in mouth. Honestly, that's pretty impressive. Yeah.
Stick nose a great ass, I guess. You know?
Hey, man, I'm an
Hold
ass
up, you
man.
just call Stick's
Wait,
wife
all right,
ass,
no,
right?
I was just saying. All right.
Whoa.
I'm gonna go home now.
Listen, my mouth gets me a lot of good, and it also gets me in a lot of bad. And sometimes the bad outweighs the good.
Your mouth gets you a lot of bad.
Don't let it go.
Next topic.
So that was a course of mistaken identity, and apparently nobody else does what I do in this room. I wish you guys would share in my frustrations.
All right, listen.
So
you had that Art smacking dudes ass.
just a fun day around here at Woodward Sports. So we got Fish's Facts coming up in 6 minutes, and if you missed it yesterday, Fish nailed the Pistons game, and none of us listened to him. But let's take a quick break real quick, Art, and we'll be right back with Fish's Facts and more.
Hey, it's Joey from Woodward Sports, and I am here in downtown Fenton at Bridge Street Exchange. This place has so many amazing things for guys. And ladies, this is the hidden spot that you got to come check out. I'm talking thorough good boots, best boots ever. They have barware. They got the Stormy Cromer hats. They got Carhartt hats, a huge Carhartt selection. They even got Snoop Dogg underwear. So go check them out, bridgestreetexchange.com, and use the code word WSN for 15% off.
Welcome back to the Woodward Sports Network. This is the Morning Wood Show. My name is Stick. We have Corey, we have Joey, we have Art, and we have Mr. Fish in here. And thank you to everybody watching us right now on Facebook Live and sharing this, subscribing on YouTube, retweeting on Twitter, and of course on IG Live this morning for the first time. We appreciate you guys watching so much, and be on the lookout for that Woodward Sports app coming soon. You ready for that, Fish?
Yes.
I know you are. So we're running a little bit early today. Normally we have Fish on at 9:50, but you know what? We didn't want to wait anymore. The anticipation was killing us. Fish, what are your facts of the day?
All right, I found this on my favorite source.
Uh-oh, Australia something.
Yeah, Fox Sports Australia.
All right.
Now they reposted it, but it doesn't matter. I found it first on there, so they get the credit. The title is Gronkowski banned from touching Lombardi Trophy after dangerous mishap.
Ooh.
Wait, what?
What did Gronk? Did he spike it?
So in
That's
2019,
funny.
so this happened in 2019 after the Patriots beat the Rams. He was using the piece of the Lombardi Trophy to take a pitch from Julian Edelman at a Red Sox game, and I guess it dented the trophy.
I love Gronk so much. So the NFL banned him from carrying it around?
I don't know if the NFL banned him, but the Buccaneers banned him.
Gotcha.
So he's not allowed to touch the trophy.
That's such a Gronk thing. Like, thanks, Gronk, for your 2 touchdowns, but please don't touch the trophy and ruin it for us this year.
I don't care what you do. You can't take that away from a man.
Right. What else you got, Fish?
He quoted saying, that was dangerous how I dented the trophy. I always blame that on Julian. He threw me the pitch.
Oh, yeah, that is true. I just, Gronk is famous for spiking everything.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever seen the videos of Gronk spiking gallons of milk in a grocery store? It's one of my favorite things. Art, if you could find that, potentially, that would be great. But Gronk just stands there with a big gallon of milk and just throws it on the floor, and he just spikes everything. So I could see him spiking the Lombardi.
He had his best game on Sunday, so he should touch the trophy.
He should. He should get to sleep with the trophy. Like, they should treat it like the Stanley Cup. Give it to him for the week.
I bet you he secretly is touching that trophy.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't they do that? I love that about hockey when you win the Stanley Cup. I mean, even my boy Mac McEachran won the Stanley Cup recently, and he went to Brother Rice High School with me. He wasn't getting much playing time. He still got to get the trophy for like a week.
Yeah, that's what you love about the Stanley Cup. Like, even the Zamboni driver usually gets his name on that cup. It's awesome. And Fish, you got any more facts, or you want to move over to your bets?
Yeah, we can move over to the bets.
Okay, so we did Adam's bets this morning. Do you agree with any of those?
I agree with some of them.
Okay, and which ones are you championing
All right,
today?
I'm not going off of what he's saying. This is just a big money bet, shot in the dark. If you want to win some big money, go for Swansea City in the FA Cup.
All right.
Plus 1437.
Swansea City. Are they good?
They're decent.
Okay. All right.
Plus how much?
1437.
I'll put 10 on that.
So if you want to win some decent money, go for I don't think they'll win, but they definitely have a chance.
Okay. I'm a gambling man.
What time is that game, Fish?
Man.
Here we go.
Oh, man.
That is a 12:30 start.
Today?
Oh,
Today, 12:30 start
I'm going to give you my
today.
phone. I don't even know what you said, but just put it in my phone, okay?
that's right.
All right, I'll have Adam do it. You don't trust Adam, do you?
I don't want Adam touching my phone.
No.
What else you got, Fishy?
That's about it. But the Pistons beat the Nets yesterday. Very exciting.
That was very. Did you watch that whole game?
I watched most of it.
Dude, they got up 20 early, and I thought, oh, God, here we go. Another Pistons game where they're going to blow the big lead that they had early. But no, they kept the foot down, man.
Yeah, I was worried they would blow the lead.
I was shocked that James Harden had 5 blocks, though. Nobody saw that coming. That was a crazy stat line for him. All right, well, thank you, Fish. We appreciate you coming on for Fish's Facts. We do it every day, right about 9:50. We went a little early today, but that's okay. We couldn't hold ourselves back from getting Fish on some camera time today. And, Fish, we just want to let you know we appreciate you and everybody in the chat when you come on. They've noticed how far you've come since the first day you started being so shy talking on the mic to now you give us shit.
Yeah.
I try.
You try? Are you enjoying your internship so far, Fish?
Yes, it's very exciting.
It is very exciting. What's been your favorite part so far?
Favorite part? Just the people.
Okay. I like that. You could suck up to us some more. I like it. Tell me more about how much you love
seeing
art.
all the people and seeing all the people in the betting room.
Yeah, the betting rooms have become quite fun. When
Yeah.
you guys were in here the other day watching soccer on the big screen behind me, that was fun.
Can we do that today? I need that parlay pick, Fish.
The Baligian and Bell show will be on. So we
screw
can
the
put it on
Baligian and Bell show. I need my picks.
We'll put it on that TV over there so you can watch.
I will give you updates.
Okay, perfect.
So if a goal happens, I'm running in here and just stop the show.
The only person I like interrupting me is Fish.
Yeah, no, we know that, Art. We know that. Now it's time for Joey's Dumbass of the Day.
Before I turn over to the dumbass, I got to tell you about how you can be a smartass. And you can do this at Northwestern Tech. And I'm telling you, they got this hands-on HVAC program. It's 10.5 months. Literally, COVID has lasted longer than this 10.5-month program will take you. So you got to go and check them out at northwesterntech.edu. It's Northwestern Tech, the HVAC school that works.
That's right.
And, guys, did you see this video of our dumbass of the day, Texas Tech? Did you guys watch this?
I did. I saw it this morning. I actually sent it because I wanted to talk about it during the show, but then I saw you had it as dumbass of the day, and this guy, I love it. He sits on the floor with a temper tantrum.
So let's just preface this by saying Texas Tech down by 6 with 23 seconds left in the game against West Virginia, and this is how he reacted.
I had the under of 47. And look at Chris Beard.
Well, this anger goes back to that 4th foul on McClung.
Chris, look at how animated he is, and he draws a technical foul, and he's been thrown out of the game.
Throwing it back to Bobby Knight status.
Dude, he's going off on him.
But he's going to get his pound of flesh here. Chris Beard is
I just like when he
fired
sat
up.
on the floor, though. Like, there's no bigger child move than sitting on the floor and stomping your feet.
And that Tech, and he said, "You're out of here." That was amazing. And then he's like yelling at all of his coach mates and the players like, "Get off of me. Don't touch me." So, yeah, that is our dumbass of the day is Coach Chris Beard of Texas Tech sitting down on the floor like a little baby.
And an update on our dumbass of the day yesterday. The girl was able to cut her ponytail finally.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about this lawsuit? We got any updates on this lawsuit?
No lawsuit, but did you see that fake meme rolling around about Gorilla Glue and what they posted? It's like, we didn't know we had to do this, but our glue is not for your fucking hair.
And it's so true. I'm telling you still, if she wins this lawsuit, I'm going to get my Flex Seal and covering up my butthole and suing them.
There you go. Art, let's blast this dumbass real quick. Turn that up, and let's hit him with the official.
You dumbass.
dumbass. So that's Joey's dumbass of the day. Once again, thank you for waking up with the Morning Woodward Show every morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on the Woodward Sports Network, and we're literally right here on Woodward. You're going to see a lady walking through the background right now. And if you ever want to stop by or wave in the window behind Joey, you can do that. We're here all day long, and like I said, I just appreciate you guys watching us on anywhere you streamed us today. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and the more we keep adding, the more people watching, the more that you're becoming a part of the Woodward Sports family. And in the chat, they like to refer to themselves as Woodies, and we love everybody that participates every single day, that shares, that likes, and spreads the word. We got our app coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. But thank you guys very much for waking up. Corey, you want to say anything?
Hey. I got something for y'all tomorrow.
Ooh.
Somebody sent something to me, and I think it's gonna tug on the heartstrings.
All right, Joey, you got anything?
I'm waiting for my $50, Herman. Where you at?
Have a great day. Enjoy your Wednesday. We'll be back on tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.